What's good, kings and queens? Hope everyone's doing all good this week. I'm glad everyone liked last week's video. I'll do my best to do more videos on obscure but very interesting boxers in the future. In the meantime, check out my playlist on stories I've done so far. That being said, let's start the video.
Attendio. Throw the brava. You want to win this fight? Throw the brava. You're not throwing the brava. Five at a time. Move. You hear me? Mike Tyson, baby. Mike Tyson. Let's go, baby.
Richardson's performance in instructing Shane Mosley was just amazing. You can't teach such brilliance here, guys.
Now listen, you landed some good shots up top, but we got to remember how they started. We set them up with their body shot. See, this guy ain't used to getting it back at the body. Take that jab, keep popping him up, stab him in his heart, rip around them sides. We gonna show him how he got slow down.
I never heard the term swim without getting wet, but when I first heard it live, I knew exactly what Richardson was talking about. I thought it was pretty funny that everyone except Larry Merchant didn't know what Nazim meant by that.
When he hit the pedal, ain't gonna be no gas in the car at the end of this. All right? Your combination, Shane, nobody in this division hands as fast as yours. Run them combinations, knock the grease off this dude, and then swim without getting wet. Slide to your stick, slide to your angle.
Virgil Hunter's way of instructing his fighters is pretty unique. He approaches every fighter differently when giving round-by-round instructions, based on their personality and psyche.
Prove to yourself. Deep. Again. Take a swallow. Calm yourself.
In this fight here, his fighter, who is unranked, Brandon Gonzalez, was a 7-1 underdog against the number 5 ranked by Ring Magazine, Thomas O. Hunter, knowing his fighter has a chance to pull off the potential upset, but wants to keep him on the right path, took a rather unorthodox approach by calmly giving Gonzalez instructions round by round.
Don't give in to nothing. No, you don't need a cold towel. What you need is to keep going on and whoop the man. He's ready to be whooped, okay? Don't throw one and then let him get away. He can't figure you out. He's ready to be whooped, man. He's ready to be whooped. Prove it, man. Don't let it get away. Don't let it get away.
And you know what? It was actually working. Gonzalez was piling up round after round. Unfortunately, Gonzalez was robbed on the scorecards, and the fight was ruled a draw.
Make up your mind, you're gonna win this. This is the last round. It's yours. Look at me. Don't let it get away. This is the last round. Attack him along the ropes when you walk along the ropes. If you with fast punches, okay? This is the last round.
It's dramatic stuff, that whispering in the corners. Between rounds, Virgil Hunter has put on a show tonight.
And let him swallow. I want you to use that jab and I want you to work off it. I don't want you to be satisfied with it. You hear me? You go in there and you start backing this guy up and you start doing what we trained to do. Otherwise, don't come back to this fucking corner. Do you hear me? Let's go.
Teddy was putting on a show here. Any given Sunday, remember the Titans ain't got nothing on Teddy's unscripted performance here.
You want me to change places with you? Do you? Michael. Listen, this guy is finished. It comes a time in a man's life, but he makes a decision. He makes a decision to just live, survive, or he wants to win. You're doing just enough to keep him off you and hope he leaves you alone. You're lying to yourself because you're gonna cry tomorrow. You're lying to yourself, and I'd lie to you if I let you get away with that. Do you want to cry tomorrow? Huh?
Teddy had every reason to go off on more. Holyfield was not 100% that night. He was fighting just off of pure heart alone, and you were seeing a guy who was at 100% physically, single-handedly blowing the fight because he was not in it mentally. The man was literally Cleveland Brownsing himself.
Michael, you got 3 rounds left. You got 12 minutes left. You're blowing it. I'm telling you, you're blowing it, and you know what? You're gonna cry afterwards. Because it's all there for you. He's gonna lose his next fight instead of this fight.
Coming into the 12th round, Teddy gave one last speech, knowing he needs to win this round big. or he would not be crowned the champion. Moore was able to finish the fight and win the 12th round to become the WBA, IBF, and lineal heavyweight champion of the world.
Michael, in your mind, you're doing your best. If I ever lied to you, Michael, you're not doing your best. You're going to cry afterwards. You're never going to have an opportunity again like this. You're throwing jabs, you're satisfied. You're satisfied just to do enough to keep him off. You can't do that now. In this world, we can't do that all the time.
To tell you how close this fight was, if he didn't come out and fight and let Holyfield with all his heart finish the 12th round, the fight would have been ruled a draw and Evander would have retained the title. Gotta love Enzo's enthusiasm round by round.
Do you want to get this guy stop you or you want to stop him? I'm telling you now, do you want him to stop you? Or you want to stop him? That's the fucking way it's going to go. That's the way it's going to go. Are you with me now? Make your fucking up to the partner here, right? Right through the A's, and attack the
Hopkins put up an early, discouraging lead on Calzaghe. And just looking into retrospect from great boxing champions that retired undefeated, Mayweather, Andre Ward, Ricardo Lopez, they had absolutely amazing skills in making adjustments and fights, and this fight here is no different at all. Despite it being an incredibly close fight, Enzo played a key role in helping Calzaghe make those adjustments, as well as convincingly telling Calzaghe he needs a knockdown or a knockout to win the fight.
He's doing the same old pattern now. Rat-a-ta-ta, follow the balls. Where he goes rat-a-ta, bring the big, spin him up and bring the uppercuts in. Big stuff. I think this guy's ready to be knocked out. Yeah. Trust me! Trust me! Trust me! What do you think? You should have done a long time ago. What do you think? Over. You don't win this round. You got to stop him. You've got to stop him. On its own. You got part of combination. Where's the fucking 4 C's got?
That put Calzaghe into a mental state that he needs to be much more offensive, jump right into the lion's den and score points, because Hopkins' corner thought differently. They thought that they were ahead, and Hopkins proceeded to maintain the lead he has and play conservative. Just take what's given to him, in which that's far harder to do in this type of situation at this level of the sport. It's almost like an endurance race. I'd rather be in second place rather than first place during the race. Why is that? It's far harder to make adjustments to stretch your lead, and first causing you to overthink, resulting in unnecessary mental and physical exhaustion. While in second place, you can easily shadow whoever is in first place, closing in on all their mistakes they are making, and the fine-tuning you have made will result in you overtaking for first. Unless you're this guy here. You might as well just chalk up second place and get him next time. Calzaghe finishes strong and beats Hopkins by 1 round on the scorecards to become the lineal light heavyweight champion of the world. One of my personal favorite corner moments. The official cards were an absolute joke, but if you were watching the fight live and paying attention to Letterman's scorecard, Tony needed to win the 12th round big. He needed 2 knockdowns to get the win, 1 knockdown to get the draw. Letterman's scorecard was the most accurate if the official judges were scoring competently. That being said, Freddie had to break the bad news to Tony, and Tony let out a couple big oofs.
Okay, JT, now here, listen to me. All right? Championship of the world right here, this round, okay? You gotta put this guy on his ass. I'm serious now, okay? All right? He out-hustled you that round. Just don't let him out-hustle you. Come on, baby. Okay.
But he delivered. Tony threw it all on the line, creating one of the most memorable moments on HBO, dropping Jirov in the last 20 seconds of the final round.
He got it with the left hook, the right hand. Last James' experience is coming through now. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. Oh, look at this. Oh, Tony. Oh, that's it. That's it. Got him down. Almost got him down.
I don't think I ever seen this before till when this first fight took place. So Takashi Miura lands a picture-perfect shot on Takashi Uchiyama, which would have knocked out any boxer at that weight class at the time. Uchiyama was able to get up and survive the round, so the events that take place is quite unusual. Miura walks over to the wrong corner and sits in Uchiyama's chair. Really, you would think it would have been the other way around, since Uchiyama is the one who got leveled, but despite Uchiyama's title at stake, him and his trainer still found a time to have a good laugh at the folly that took place. I have to show another clip of Nazim Richardson. I would say this is a very underrated one. After the second round, everyone knows Mosley took quite a beating. Coming into the 11th, Nazim drops straight knowledge on what to do.
What about it? I'm not gonna stand there and watch you take a beat. You get that head movement and find them hands, Shane. I know you come from a different cloth, son. Don't make me do something I don't want to do. You understand me? I need you to get with damage, you gotta give me something. You gotta give me something. You're not moving the hands, you dropped off the hand speed. You're gonna have to punch with it instead of keep waiting for a spot.
But also, he is testing if Mosley is okay to fight at the same time. Depending on his reaction, he was going to stop the fight right then and there, resulting in a TKO win for Mayweather. He made Mosley repeat what he said. After Nazim heard what he needed to hear, he let the fight continue.
You inside looking for a perfect shot, there is none. Move the hands, man, step over and come back. Say it to me. I'm gonna move the hands, I'm gonna step over and come back. Say it. Move the hands and step over and come back. That's what I need. Then you ain't tired, and I know you ain't that tired if you can repeat it. You can still got it because you got that warrior in you.
After the first 3 rounds, it was pretty much Lewis's fight, but he wasn't really able to put Mike away. Given the fact that this is Lewis's biggest fight, so much on the line here, and keeping a guy like Tyson around like that can be dangerous. It just takes one mistake and one punch to change things. Emmanuel Stewart saw that and just went off on Lewis, urging him to finish the fight and put Mike away.
Come on. Get this motherfucker out of here, man. Get caught with some crazy shit. You got a dead man in front of you, and you still doing this. Just let that shit go. This fight is all over. You better let him catch you with some shit if you don't watch. That man is dead out there, but he wants to quit. Stay alert, man. Any long as this fight going, this man is dangerous. You better get him out of here. Exactly. Goddamn right. But this is ridiculous.
Lewis was able to finish Tyson off in the 8th round. As explained in a previous video, this was literally Bailey's last shot at the title, and offensively, he wasn't able to mount anything. Bailey's trainer was so frustrated that he gave up, and the Cutman took over and led one of the greatest in the corner moments, urging Bailey to do something big.
You can't box him no more. You have to whip his ass. You know what I'm telling you? You're gonna leave that shit in there. He's gonna take that belt from you. Come on, man. You need to whip his ass now. He's no tomorrow now. Whip his ass.
It did not take long at all, and Bailey floored Jones, then to floor him again to become champion. Those 2 shots being the only effective punches he threw the whole fight. Well, this is pretty self-explanatory, and almost everyone and their mom knows the story with this one. It's going into the 12th round, and Chavez needs a knockout. His corner really put it out there that he needs to knock out.
Julio, está usted muy parado, échele corazón. Pelee por su familia. ¿Entiende? Vamos, vamos. Esta se nos ha puesto fea, pero vamos a ponerle los cojones ahí. Tire lo que tenga. ¿Tienes con qué, Julio? Tienes con qué, tire lo que tenga, por el amor de Dios, Julio. Tire lo que tenga, coño.
This is so high on my list because I don't think I ever recalled his corner ever telling him that you may need to do something big because you are incredibly down on the scorecards. Hurtado, who awfully resembles Eruslani Lara, how they fight, completely dominated Whitaker. A lot was on the line with this fight. Whitaker has a multi-million-dollar fight on the line against rising star Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar, who was the guest commentator, was trying his best not to sound disappointed as this multi-million-dollar dream fight against the pound-for-pound best is down the drain against the 10-1 underdog Hurtado. So literally that round when the corner said, yeah man, you need a knockout. Whitaker, who at that weight class is not a knockout puncher, up against a big welterweight, just look at that size disadvantage, lands a perfect shot on Hurtado and finishes him right then and there. Literally came out of nowhere. And on top of that, this is the greatest corner moments in boxing. For more installments, be sure to like, share, and if you're new, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram for more video updates, edits, memes, whatever. I'm Office Honcho, and I'm out.